What time is it? That's right, it's Marvel, baby! Funko has released the Marvel wave of Funko Pops for San Diego Comic-Con. I also forgot to do yesterday's reveal, didn't I? Fuck!
You belong to the Merry Marvel Marching Society.
Hello everybody and welcome to Comic Culture, the only show that puts the fun in Funko, besides, Funko themselves. I'm your host Preston, and today we're going to be talking about the latest San Diego Comic-Con Funko Pop reveals. Whew, that's a lot to say. I did forget to do a video yesterday, mainly because there wasn't exactly anything that wowed me. Goose, or Gus, however you say it, from Saga. Saga, great comic book. If you're not reading it, you gotta fix that, okay? Gus in the pajamas is pretty cute, and I like, the Scott Pilgrim 2 set, but, it was mostly rock candy, and I think the biggest, takeaway from yesterday was the Mad Max Fury Road ride. That was probably the coolest one. Other than that, I really didn't have much to say about that reveal, but let's get to the Marvel reveal, because that's what this is all about. I love comic books, but Marvel has to be my favorite comic book company. It's got my favorite characters, favorite movies, heck, I'll even say some of my favorite video games. Yes, the Batman Arkham Asylum, Arkham City games are great, but I always grew up with the Spider-Man 2 game on PS2 and the Spider-Man games on the PSX and Marvel Ultimate Alliance. You can't top those back in the day. But enough about video games, we're here to talk about the Funko Pops. So, what was revealed? Well, you'll see what was revealed. We're gonna rank them though, because who doesn't love a good list? So, let's start off with the bottom of the list. Coming in at number 5 is the God of Thunder himself, Thor Odinson. I kind of feel bad for this because I really like Thor. He was one of my favorite parts of Infinity War. His comic series is great, and Chris Hemsworth does an amazing job. But the reason this pop is so low on the list is mainly because we have lots of Thor pops already, and especially this kind with the lightning all around him. I think it's like Pop Asia, some company like that who's already produced a variant like this. So having Thor in God mode from Ragnarok's pretty cool, I guess. But again, it's not something like, I gotta have. So that leads us to number 4. Number 4 goes to Valkyrie. It kind of seems like I'm picking on the Thor characters, doesn't it? No offense to Valkyrie. She was really good in Ragnarok. I like the character. Coming in at number 4 is Valkyrie. Wow, it really seems like I'm picking on the Thor characters, isn't it? No, she's great in Ragnarok. I like her character a lot. Her pop is, I think this might be the first Valkyrie pop. They didn't include it in the Ragnarok set, which is kind of weird, But, no offense to her. I'm going to try to get it. Looks really cool. But the other ones here on this list, I feel are much better, or I like better. Okay? But you'll understand when we move on to number 3, which is Scott Lang Ant-Man. It's the Scott Lang Ant-Man because he's got the movie around the corner. And I'm hesitant to say that just because it's not movie Ant-Man. This is clearly the comic book Ant-Man. He's got the big antenna head and everything on it. And because it looks so goofy and straight from the original Ant-Man comics, that's why it's at number 3 at this list. I think it's really cool, very unique, because we have a lot of Marvel movie pops, but we don't really have that many comic accurate pops. That's why I really enjoy the first appearance pops. Back when the Collector Corps was still a mail-in service, they would release like the Tales to Astonish first appearance of Iron Man or the first appearance of Vision, and I really like those kinds of pops. So we're going to call this the first appearance of Ant-Man, and I hope we see more of these in the future. Coming in at number 2 is Kraglin. Now I know a lot of you might be confused because Kraglin, you're probably struggling to remember who that is. He's one of the Ravagers from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. How did he top, Ant-Man and a couple of the other people on this list? Mainly because I like Kraglin, especially in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. That's where he got to shine. He showed his emotion and felt bad for all of his friends dying. Plus, he had a couple of good one-liners in the first movie, like, "Oh, Captain gonna teach us stuff." Like, me and my friends got a real good giggle of that. But again, Valkyrie, she's only had one movie, so I don't really know that well. And Kraglin, while he has had less time than her, I really liked his character, and I would like a complete Guardians of the Galaxy, set. You know, he's one of the few characters who didn't get one. Yondu got one. He was in the first movie for a little bit, you know? So that's why Kraken's at number 2. Again, this is purely my opinion. If you don't agree with that, that's fine. This is how I feel. But I feel like we could all agree at the number 1 spot, Iron Man. Not just any Iron Man, this Iron Man. His not just any Iron Man. Coming in at number 1 is Iron Man. Not just any Iron Man, this Iron Man. Mark 1 from the very first Iron Man movie. The one that started off the Marvel Cinematic Universe. What can you say about this? It's part of the Marvel first 10 years. I've only seen one other, which is Thanos in the Throne, which I have. So that's pretty cool. And also, I like the Mark 1 suit. This one's very scrapped together and garbage-like, kind of like the first suit. And that's why I like it. It just seems like it's, you know, right from the movie. That's why it's at the number 1 spot. And of course, as an honorable mention, the director of Thor Ragnarok is also getting a pop. Look at that. And his little pineapple shirt. Isn't that adorable? I'm not going to say his name, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to butcher it. Here's his name. That's the pop. I don't think I'm going to get it because he's limited to, like, I think 1,000, maybe 1,500, and director pops go like that. So that's all I would have to say about the Funko Pop San Diego Comic-Con Marvel Baby Wave, as I'm going to call it. Thank you for tuning in. So far, I think the Marvel Wave is the best one so far. Again, thanks for tuning in to Comic Corner. Be sure to like and subscribe for more comic book goodness, and I'll see you on the next issue.
You belong to